Welcome back to BMB Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the issues surrounding Bill Spencer's controversial character arc and the potential need for a reset in his storyline. The Bold and the Beautiful writers may be setting the stage for significant character updates for Bill Spencer in the coming months. Fans should stay tuned as the show potentially steers Bill back toward his iconic dollar bill persona that viewers have long admired. This potential character reset couldn't come at a better time, as Bill's recent decisions have left many questioning the direction of his character development. Bill's obsession with saving damsels in distress has taken him far from the ruthless businessman fans once appreciated. His transformation into a knight in shining armor feels disconnected from the character's established history and personality traits. The show would benefit from returning Bill to his roots as the cunning, sometimes morally ambiguous tycoon who put business and family above all else. Luna Nozawa's pardon, orchestrated by Bill, represents the culmination of his puzzling behavior. Despite her having committed multiple homicides, Bill somehow convinced authorities to completely clear her record. This development, while convenient for allowing Luna to interact with characters beyond the Spencer mansion, stretches credibility to its breaking point and makes Bill appear completely irrational. The justification for Bill's extraordinary efforts on Luna's behalf seems particularly weak. He claims to connect with her over shared childhood struggles, but this explanation falls flat when considering the severity of Luna's crimes. The disconnect between Bill's reasoning and Luna's actions creates a narrative dissonance that viewers find difficult to accept. The Luna situation. Luna's criminal history makes Bill's advocacy particularly troubling. She eliminated both Tom Starr and Paul Hollis Hollister, then proceeded to imprison Stephy Forrester with apparent intent to kill her as well. These aren't minor infractions but serious violent crimes that would typically result in lengthy incarceration. Bill's arrangement for Luna's house arrest was already raising eyebrows among viewers, but securing her complete pardon has pushed many fans beyond their tolerance threshold. The show's decision to wipe Luna's slate clean, while narratively convenient, undermines the credibility of the storyline and Bill's character. Luna has made promises about her rehabilitation, claiming she's learned valuable lessons and will remain on a righteous path moving forward. However, these assurances offer little comfort given her violent history. The possibility remains that Luna could revert to her dangerous tendencies, potentially leaving Bill to regret his misplaced faith in her reformation. Fan reaction. The audience response to Bill's recent character trajectory has been overwhelmingly negative. Many viewers express confusion and outrage at his decisions, particularly regarding Luna. The disconnect between the Bill Spencer they've come to know over years and this new, seemingly irrational version has left many fans alienated from a character they once enjoyed. Viewers are increasingly vocal about their desire to see the return of the authentic dollar bill, the shrewd, sometimes ruthless businessman who made no apologies for his ambition. This version of Bill, while not always morally upright, possessed a consistency and authenticity that made him compelling to watch. The extreme nature of Bill's actions on Luna's behalf has transformed him into something of a pariah within the show's universe. This isolation from other characters limits storytelling possibilities and removes Bill from the complex web of relationships that typically drive soap opera narratives. As The Bold and the Beautiful moves forward, the writers have an opportunity to course-correct Bill's character trajectory. Returning him to his roots while incorporating growth from recent experiences could reinvigorate both the character and his storylines. Fans remain hopeful that the Bill Spencer they've invested in over years will re-emerge, perhaps wiser but still recognizably himself. Next, we will learn about the issue brewing between Sheila Sharp and Luna Nozawa that could dramatically reshape the dynamics of several key relationships in Los Angeles. The Bold and the Beautiful viewers should brace themselves for significant drama as Deacon Sharp's disapproval looms large over the horizon. As Sheila gravitates toward her newly discovered granddaughter, tensions within her marriage appear inevitable. Despite Luna's official pardon, Deacon remains deeply troubled by her violent history, a stance that puts him at direct odds with Sheila's emerging maternal instincts toward Luna. This conflict threatens to fracture their relatively stable relationship, potentially unraveling the progress Deacon and Sheila have made as a couple. Industry insiders suggest that upcoming episodes will feature heated confrontations between Deacon and Sheila regarding Luna's place in their lives. Deacon, who has worked diligently to maintain a legitimate lifestyle and business with Il Giardino, understandably fears that embracing Luna could jeopardize everything he's built. His concerns aren't unfounded. Association with someone of Luna's notorious background could damage his restaurant's reputation and trigger unwanted scrutiny from law enforcement. Additionally, Deacon's relationship with his daughter Hope Logan remains precarious, and welcoming Luna into the family fold might further alienate Hope, who values moral integrity. The potential partnership between Sheila and Luna represents a particularly dangerous development that could spiral into chaos. Their shared objective: forging connections with Finn and Hayes while neutralizing Stephy's influence, creates a powder keg situation. Longtime viewers will recognize the familiar pattern. Sheila's alliances invariably lead to escalation and ultimately disaster. The grandmother-granddaughter duo might begin with seemingly innocent intentions of family bonding, but their methods could quickly cross into manipulation and potentially worse. Sources close to the production hint that Sheila's pivotal 5-word proposition, "We can help each other," will serve as the catalyst for a multi-month storyline arc. This deceptively simple phrase carries immense weight, effectively initiating Luna into Sheila's world of schemes and machinations. The timing couldn't be more significant, as Luna stands at a crossroads between genuine rehabilitation and falling back into destructive patterns. Sheila's influence could decisively tip the balance toward the latter, particularly as Luna struggles with rejection from other quarters. Luna's vulnerable position. Luna Nozawa finds herself in an extraordinarily vulnerable psychological state despite her legal freedom. The pardon may have cleared her criminal record, but it hasn't addressed her profound emotional needs or her desperate yearning for family acceptance. This emotional fragility makes her particularly susceptible to Sheila's overtures. Luna's isolation, largely self-inflicted through her criminal actions, has created a vacuum that Sheila can easily fill with promises of unconditional love and support. Psychologically speaking, Luna exhibits classic signs of attachment disorder, likely stemming from her troubled childhood. Her fixation on connecting with Finn represents more than simple family curiosity, it symbolizes her search for identity and belonging. This desperation clouds her judgment regarding potential alliances, especially when someone like Sheila offers immediate acceptance without the moral scrutiny others impose. Luna's relationship with Bill Spencer adds another complicated layer to this situation. While Bill has shown extraordinary loyalty by securing her pardon, even he maintains certain boundaries. Sheila, by contrast, offers Luna something potentially more valuable: complete acceptance without judgment. This distinction could gradually pull Luna away from Bill's stabilizing influence and toward Sheila's more chaotic orbit. Stephy's justified opposition. Stephy Forrester's resistance to Luna's integration into their family circle stems from legitimate concerns rather than mere pettiness. As both a mother and a previous victim of Luna's violence, Stephy occupies a unique position to evaluate the threat Luna poses. Her protective instincts toward Hayes and Finn aren't paranoia but reasonable caution given Luna's demonstrated capacity for violence. The brewing conflict between Stephy and the Sheila-Luna alliance will likely escalate beyond verbal confrontations. Stephy's determination to shield her family could prompt increasingly desperate measures, potentially including legal actions like restraining orders or even relocating temporarily to create distance. These defensive maneuvers would only intensify Luna and Sheila's sense of victimhood and justification for more aggressive tactics. Industry analysts predict that Stephy will soon discover evidence of Sheila and Luna's collaboration, triggering a preemptive strike to protect her family. This discovery could come through surveillance, intercepted communications, or perhaps through Kelly Spencer inadvertently revealing something she's overheard. Regardless of the method, Stephy's knowledge of their alliance will dramatically raise the stakes in this multi-generational conflict. Sheila's calculated approach. Sheila Sharp's interest in Luna transcends simple grandmotherly affection. For Sheila, Luna represents both a second chance at family connection and a potential ally in her never-ending quest to integrate herself into Finn's life. While she may genuinely feel some biological connection to Luna, Sheila's history suggests her motivations always contain strategic elements. Psychological profiles of Sheila consistently highlight her manipulative tendencies and ability to identify exploitable vulnerabilities in others. In Luna, Sheila recognizes not just a blood relative but someone whose psychological makeup mirrors her own in crucial ways, particularly the desperate need for acceptance and willingness to cross ethical boundaries to achieve it. This recognition allows Sheila to position herself as the only person who truly understands Luna. Behind Sheila's seemingly compassionate stance regarding Luna's crimes lies calculated self-interest. By minimizing Luna's violent actions against Tom Starr and Paul Hollis Hollister, Sheila establishes a precedent of forgiveness that she hopes will eventually extend to her own criminal history. This normalization of violence serves Sheila's long-term agenda of rehabilitation in the eyes of Finn and the broader community. The Hayes factor. Young Hayes Forrester Finnegan unwittingly stands at the center of this developing conflict. As Finn's son and Sheila's biological grandson, Hayes represents the future of the family line and a powerful emotional leverage point for all parties involved. Sheila and Luna's interest in forming relationships with Hayes carries particularly disturbing implications given their histories. Child psychology experts would raise serious concerns about exposing Hayes to individuals with violent backgrounds, regardless of biological connections. The potential psychological impact on Hayes, confusion about moral boundaries, normalization of manipulative behavior, and exposure to family conflict, could have lasting developmental consequences. These considerations make Stephy's protective stance not merely understandable but necessary. The show appears to be setting up scenarios where Hayes becomes an unwitting pawn in the power struggle between Stephy and the Sheila-Luna alliance. Viewers should watch for subtle attempts by Sheila to influence Hayes through gifts, special attention, or creating situations where she can interact with him outside Stephy's supervision. These moments, while seemingly innocent, could establish groundwork for more significant boundary violations. Finn's impossible position. Dr. John Finn Finnegan faces perhaps the most challenging position in this complex web of relationships. Torn between his wife's valid concerns and the biological connections to both his mother and newly discovered niece, Finn must navigate treacherous emotional territory. His medical training emphasizes rehabilitation and second chances, potentially making him more receptive to Luna's claims of reformation than Stephy. Finn's character has consistently demonstrated a capacity for forgiveness that borders on naivety, particularly regarding Sheila. This tendency could extend to Luna, creating significant marital tension with Stephy. The fundamental question Finn must confront is whether biological connections obligate him to maintain relationships that potentially endanger his nuclear family. Production sources hint that upcoming episodes will feature Finn making unilateral decisions regarding Luna that directly contradict Stephy's wishes. These choices, perhaps meeting Luna privately or advocating for her inclusion in family events, could trigger the most serious marital crisis Finn and Stephy have faced since Sheila's initial return to their lives. The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate that viewers should prepare for an explosive confrontation when Sheila finally utters those 5 fateful words to Luna. This alliance, born of shared isolation and familial yearning, threatens to upend multiple relationships and potentially return both women to their darkest tendencies. As Deacon's concerns grow and Stephy mobilizes to protect her family, Los Angeles' social landscape appears headed for a seismic shift that will reverberate through upcoming episodes. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you the latest developments in this unfolding family drama. Next, we will learn about the issues surrounding Bill Spencer's character transformation on The Bold and the Beautiful, a change that has left many longtime viewers feeling disappointed and confused. The once formidable dollar Bill Spencer has undergone a dramatic personality shift that seems to contradict everything we've known about this character since Don Diamont first stepped into the role in 2009. What was once a powerful, dynamic force in the B&B universe has been reduced to an unrecognizable shadow of his former self, leaving fans wondering what happened to the ruthless businessman they loved to hate. Bill Spencer's current predicament. Bill's latest storyline involving Luna, a convicted murderer whom he's inexplicably devoted to protecting, represents perhaps the most baffling character development in his history. Despite Luna being responsible for 2 murders and even planning to kill Stephy Forrester, Bill's former daughter-in-law and one-time love interest, he has gone to extraordinary lengths to secure her freedom. He's pulled strings to have her serve her life sentence at his mansion and apparently arranged for her parole, actions completely at odds with the Bill Spencer who once fought so hard to ensure Sheila Carter couldn't harm anyone. What's particularly jarring is watching Bill sit patiently while Luna expresses more distress over discovering Tom wasn't her biological father than remorse for taking 2 innocent lives. The disconnect between this behavior and the character's established moral compass is striking. This Bill appears directionless, lacking the magnetic presence that once made him a centerpiece of the show's most compelling storylines. The decline of Dollar Bill. The deterioration of Bill's character didn't happen overnight. After years of his entertaining romantic ping-ponging between Brooke and Katie Logan, the writers seemed to run out of ideas for the charismatic billionaire. Despite being wealthy, handsome, and powerful, attributes that should make him highly desirable in Los Angeles, the show inexplicably portrayed him as unable to find romantic companionship for a significant period. When Bill finally reconnected with Poppy, his character took another concerning turn toward excessive sentimentality. Their relationship was portrayed with an uncharacteristic sweetness that felt foreign to the Bill Spencer viewers had come to know. This saccharine quality intensified during the brief storyline where Bill believed Poppy's daughter was also his, a plot development that ultimately went nowhere meaningful. The Poppy betrayal. Perhaps most damaging to Bill's character was his behavior when Poppy faced murder accusations. After professing deep, life-changing emotions for her, Bill abandoned Poppy instantly when she was implicated in Tom and Hollis murders. He never looked back, never questioned, never investigated, actions completely contrary to the tenacious, loyal Bill of old who would move heaven and earth for those he truly cared about. This abrupt abandonment revealed that the supposedly profound emotions Bill claimed to feel were actually remarkably shallow. Yet bizarrely, while he could completely detach from Poppy without a second thought, he remained inexplicably devoted to Luna for reasons that the show has never adequately explained or developed. Character evolution gone wrong. While character evolution is essential for any long-running soap opera, Bill's transformation hasn't been evolution, it's been character assassination. The Bill Spencer who captivated audiences for years would never enable someone like Luna, especially after discovering her murderous intentions towards Stephy. The disconnect is so severe that viewers are left feeling nothing but pity for a character who once commanded respect, fear, and admiration. This once powerful figure has been reduced to a sad, pathetic shadow, a man so desperate for companionship that he's willing to overlook multiple murders. The writing has stripped away everything that made Bill compelling: his ruthlessness in business, his passionate, if sometimes misguided, devotion to family, and his unwavering determination to protect those he loves. A path to redemption. Fortunately, soap operas can correct course quickly when needed. The solution for Bill's character is straightforward: have him come to his senses regarding Luna, cut ties completely, and move him into a new, explosive relationship that recaptures his essence. The show needs to remember what made Bill Spencer such a compelling character in the first place: his complexity, his power, and yes, even his moral ambiguity. The ideal Bill Spencer storyline would reconnect him with his business empire, perhaps facing a new rival who threatens everything he's built. It would re-establish his relationships with his sons, showing that despite his flaws, family remains his priority. And it would give him a romantic interest worthy of his passion, someone who challenges him rather than bringing out this strange, submissive personality we're currently witnessing. Until these changes happen, viewers will continue to mourn the loss of the real Bill Spencer, the dollar bill who could be counted on for scheme, scandal, and spectacle. The current version is simply unrecognizable to longtime fans who have invested years in following this once fascinating character. The bold and the beautiful has always excelled at dramatic reinventions. Let's hope Bill Spencer's is coming soon, before the damage to this iconic character becomes irreparable. The show owes it to both Don Diamont and the viewers who have supported Bill's journey for over a decade to restore him to his former glory.